We are back. We've been out for a while. Welcome to the present.
Yes,
Yes, we've
we
been out for
have.
a while.
But
Yes,
it's good.
Mr. Fosa is in the building after. Should you call it a hiatus or a break? Woo.
Whatever we want to call it. Just a brief hiatus. Back
Yeah.
again. We do what we do. Good to
So, can you hear me? And make sure everything is the audio is audioing well.
Yeah, I can.
So we've been seeing the reactions since we lost, unfortunately, to Bournemouth the weekend. All kinds of reaction. I did a live with Dio the other day. No, people are not feeling. I understand it's almost disappointing, but the overreaction is a bit too much. It's a bit too
Yeah.
much. Let me make sure my comment section is working today while you talk. Can you hear me?
Good to be back.
Yeah.
The loss to Bournemouth,
Yeah.
I would say I was displeased. Not necessarily by the loss.
Okay.
I wasn't displeased by the loss. I wasn't happy we lost.
Mm-hmm.
What I understand is what they call it football. But I think what made it annoying for me was you begin to see utterances where and the manager sack him. I think we've come to a point where we need to start calling people out and know the actual culprits. You understand?
Sure.
Because these people have bastardized and poisoned the fan base. We have to say it the way it is. I can't understand why Arteta loses a game, his first game of the season. Everybody is talking about what if he's not going to win a trophy at the end of the season. We've lost one game in 6 months. One game in 6 months.
Exactly.
We cannot remember the last time we lost a game in the whole of 2024 in the league. So far, we've only lost twice. We've only lost twice in the whole of 2020. You cannot tell me January till October, we've lost twice. And those moments, you're thinking, don't sack, thinking about sacking the guy. So this guy cannot drink water, then that he will not have an issue about the trophy
Exactly.
cabinet.
Exactly.
The guy cannot, what do they call it? Not lose a game. Because my problem is everybody can come and say whatever they want to say. If you're going to criticize someone for how the game went, criticize the manager, criticize the players, know that, okay, it's a blip. That day when you asked me, I said, this was how I looked at the game. People were like, we didn't play well. I said, yes. But we've seen worse teams give worse performances in the first half.
And get a result.
Then later, the manager changes it in the second half and everything turns out. Yes. And what the normal thing we say is that was a game of contrasting performances. That's
Sure.
what we call it. So that game now, we have a red card that was given, which some what are they called? I sent you a video on Twitter. Maybe you look at it. A former a FIFA referee said that's not a red card because we all like the what do we call it? Last man. But if we're using the last man, you could argue Saliba was not the last man. Ben White was also there, and the distance between what's this guy Evan Nielsen and Saliba and goal was too far to say that was a pure goal scoring
opportunity.
chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, opportunity, excuse me. So we've been given the red card. In those moments, We still had clear-cut chances, even if they were far and few between. We still had clear-cut chances in that game. Unfortunately, we didn't take them. I understand it. But when I see people come out of the dumps saying, and look at how we've played this season, 2 seasons ago, these unfortunate heathens were the ones that said Arteta is a naive person.
Yeah.
These unfortunate people were the ones that said Arteta doesn't change a team. These unfortunate miscreants were the ones that said Arteta doesn't have any other style of play. All of a sudden, we play very tough away games. People are forgetting that, oh, we are a little more reserved now because we now have to play 15 more games this season. The Champions League format is not the same again as it was, as let's be realistic, since we were born,
Don't you
this
think
our
so?
generation,
Don't
to
you
see
think some
that.
of them will say you're just listing all kinds of excuses?
Bro, excuses, but these are facts. You call sometimes people have to sometimes when we want to do this accountability nonsense, we have to understand that you can call something an excuse and you can call something a legitimate reason.
Reason.
So giving it the name excuse doesn't mean you're right. It's a legitimate reason. Last season, Arteta began conserve as much energy as you can because the test of the league is not the beginning.
Sure.
It's not the beginning. How do you negotiate in between? We are the only team that has had, okay, that is a top team that has had Manchester City, Tottenham, and Aston Villa away, playing Atalanta away, and still negotiating a what do they call it? A game with PSG. So these what do they call it? These standard FC that they are trying to come up with makes no sense. Because we see that you cannot approach everything the same way. If we go gung-ho, we will die off before we even get into it. Because people forget. You just have to be within a touching distance because you have to understand. Arteta is looking at it as, okay, fine. Maybe Saka, Odegaard, they are not available. So what do? Make sure you keep yourself within that particular, those particular parameters. You don't have to follow. Yes, you just have to make sure you're there because your opponents will drop points. I'm sorry that Arsenal fans and whoever think that Manchester City will not drop points.
Drop points, yeah.
If you think they are not going to drop points, you are stupid. You understand? They should have to donate your brain right now to science. We saw how they could easily have dropped points against Wolves
at the weekend before our committee of referees decided to aid them out.
Yes, you understand. Let's stop this. We saw they were supposed to drop points. So where is all this bravado coming from that, oh, Manchester City always get it done? The referees get it done for them. So when people, what annoyed me was, you can say you didn't like the lineup. You can say, oh, that was, we didn't play well. But you cannot come and say that a red card was given when we know we've watched enough football to say, okay, fine. Even if the manager would have turned it around, like you said, he should have started with this player, with Nwaneri, which, of course, that was the best solution. If he didn't start, which you also came and said, why you're still angry is if it didn't work out, make the early change. Make the change as early as possible.
Which he didn't.
Which is
before we got a red card. Unfortunately, we got a red card and it became very dicey.
Yeah. Unfortunately. So even if someone could have changed the game, the red card threw a wrench in the plans. And we have to look at the quality of goals we considered. We considered a corner and a penalty. So it meant even if those guys were pressing and doing their thing, we were still able to contain and still play. We had, people forget, 5 minutes before they scored their corner or the first goal, we had a glorious chance with Merino's ingenuity and a pass to Martinelli. On another day, Martinelli could have scored that goal. It was just what it was. and we didn't score. So people coming, like, it's so detrimental that you have a camera immediately after a loss when you know that you're angry to now come and start what do they call it?
Vomiting your
Firing off
vitriol.
and mouthing off. I'm
Yeah.
seeing troops. That chimney is coming to say that Arteta is a fraud.
Yeah. That's
See, let
crazy.
me tell you something, right? There are some people that should be able to tell you some things. It's not coming from someone like that. You understand? Nobody should come and
Sure.
tell me he's a human being. That guy is a dud. He's a fucking dud. You don't come out and how dare you? Someone's achievement. You say, what has he achieved? Which trophy has he brought? Tell me how a manager that came second, he got more points than most managers that won their leagues. Tell me how he's not a good manager. Tell me how these same idiots who have records of saying, oh, all they want, the least in a season, the very least is that we compete for a league.
We are
Now,
competing
all
for
of a
the league.
sudden,
They
competing for
change
the
their
league is not
mouth.
enough for you.
It's not enough. And I understand the sentiment that we want to win
It's
the
not
league, right? I
enough.
understand the
And he
sentiment.
has to win it.
Yeah, I understand the sentiment we have to win the league.
Yeah.
But when you move the goalpost from, at least competing for the league, which we are still doing, and it's just 8 games. I understand 8 games, compete against Man City, you can't drop too many points, which is fair. But guess what? There's still 30 more damn games to go. 30 more games to go. I understand Man City are on top with 4-5 points. Yeah, I love it. Exactly. If not for the referees who have been very funny this season with the officiating, come on, we'll be having another conversation. Let's not be stupid. Let's not be silly.
Explain to me how everybody has seen how it's not a coincidence that all the games we've dropped points in the EPL were 10 men down. Exactly. All those games. And all the decisions that they gave against us, you will properly argue that this is wrong. Like, you cannot tell me, see, let me see
all
something.
Controversial. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden, letter of the law. Letter of the law here, you will say this is the letter of the law. The same Dermot Gallagher will still go. You see, this is why I say sometimes when someone reaches a certain age, he should not be talking about something because he might be going sinner. You're not going to tell me it's a letter of the law. Then you come back and tell me that, okay, somebody did exactly the same thing, and you're going to say, but if you give a yellow card for that one, everybody will be getting a yellow card. Are you stupid?
Or you say one is dark arts, one is being clever. Which one is which?
Yeah. All of it. When Ben White was doing this, Gary Neville. You see that Gary Neville, that one, that failed
failed manager.
What am I calling it?
And pundit.
See, somebody said, "Don't ever take Gary Neville seriously."
You shouldn't.
You understand?
You shouldn't.
See, if I was an Arsenal player, Gary Neville and Henry and Jimmy Carragher were in one room. See, if we were talking based off of camera, now Arteta will come drag me from there. You saw the way he dragged Xhaka when he wanted to go and meet those Tottenham guys. That game.
Yeah, that game.
Now Arteta will come carry me because I would have ripped them to shreds. Because you cannot tell me all of a sudden that idiot Jimmy Carragher was like, oh, see the corner, this one. When this corner stuff began, it started Aston Villa versus Arsenal, where we won 2-1.
Yeah.
Douglas Luiz scored a corner. VAR saw it, and they saw nothing wrong.
Exactly.
So we now started doing it. VAR saw the same thing, and they saw nothing wrong. All of a sudden, Gary Neville and Jimmy Carragher started
pushing an agenda. They started pushing an agenda. Started pushing it. Yeah. Because if Liverpool did it or Man U did it, they won't have any problem with it. See, that's why I tell people, especially Arsenal fans that are stupid. You see, educate yourself and understand that what Jimmy Carragher and Gary Neville are criticizing about Arsenal, if their teams were doing it well, trust me, they will not criticize it. They
Of course, they
wouldn't.
wouldn't.
They wouldn't.
It's so annoying. You now look at the decisions. How many seasons have we gone? And I will look at refereeing decisions and say, look at Newcastle. A blatant push on someone's back.
Back, yeah.
A
Let it go.
blatant push.
And let it go. They let it go.
You understand? Imagine one more point. Imagine that one more point. You see these same decisions. We are not saying we didn't have ones that worked in our favor.
Favor.
We did not
But if
say
you
that.
compare, the
I
numbers,
agree.
the ones that are working for Manchester City's
Yes.
favor, these are astronomical numbers.
It's too much.
Can we agree to that? Can we agree to that? That
It's too much.
everything is working for Man City.
Look, you know what's stupid about these same fools is they will tell you, see the way we are playing. These animals don't watch Manchester City games.
Yeah, they don't watch it.
I can tell them they do not watch Manchester City games. How many of them watched Manchester City versus Fulham to see that Fulham were playing Manchester City off the park in Manchester City's own backyard?
Home. Yeah.
So you're now telling me we played this away because they call them Bournemouth.
Did you watch?
Did Bournemouth finish?
Did you watch the first 10 minutes against Wolves? Look at the goal that Manchester City conceded against Wolves. If that was Arsenal, that was poor. But when Man City conceded those kind of goals, nothing said about it. See, I'm not saying we cannot criticize Arsenal.
Yeah, they will bounce back.
Yeah, but the fact that we are going to the extreme on our team that we say we support is crazy. Shout out to you. We're doing well. I hope you're doing well too. It's crazy. Yeah, extremely crazy. So I'm tired of rhetoric of like I said, I'm going to criticize ARTETA for that performance on Saturday. I think his starting lineup was not the best.
Yes.
He should have changed it. But
he
advocating,
yes, he got it wrong.
He got it wrong. Don't tell me ARTETA should be sacked or it's not good enough. Let's not go there. I'm not going that far. Let's not be silly. Like I said, I understand we are competing against Manchester City. But guess what? It's still 8 games, 30 more games to go. Man City will not go unbeaten. So let's not do. They are not going unbeaten. So let's not push that. Let's not be silly and stop. See, Arsenal Fan TV, Troops, all these guys, their market thrives on Arsenal losing. Why we act as if we don't know? Their engagement.
I'll see the other one. That guy used to. Laurie was saying, what are they calling it?
Laurie.
Talk about the discipline. He said he was trying to tell him. He said, but the red cards have been diabolical.
Yeah,
what do you expect?
They're not based on aggression.
Anybody.
Yeah, none of our red cards are based on aggression. So sometimes most fans are stupid. And when I say people say I'm being too harsh on the fans, no, most of them are stupid. The red cards are not based on aggression. So you can't call it technically discipline. See, when people throw out words or nomenclature, be sensible enough to look at the context and investigate it. Because when they use the word discipline,
we had 17 yellow red cards.
Based on what? So the red cards are not based on we are hacking down our opponent. No, the Declan Rice second yellow card was farcical. The Trossard yellow card second yellow was farcical. Even the Saliba red card, a replica happened against Liverpool against Chelsea.
It was
same official, and they said no, it's a yellow card. So, but you are going to judge our team and say this is crazy.
The referee on the pitch gave a
yellow card.
It's not a red. He gave a yellow.
And let's see, he saw it too. So it's not that the referee did not see it. He saw it, but somehow VAR went to decided to change his mind. Decided to change his mind
to influence his decision.
So this is why I don't like English referees, right? Another referee should have stood his ground because it's a different thing if you didn't see it. Let's say there's an elbow or a
Yeah.
shoulder badge. No, you saw it, but somebody in VAR who is a Liverpool fan, we have to apply all the right context. Who is a Liverpool fan called him to go and recheck? Called him to go and view. See, as much as I'm harsh on Arteta on that singular game, on his selection of
Yeah.
11 players to start that game, I'm looking at the officiating of the English Premiership against Arsenal. It has not been the best. And Arsenal fans, we cannot take it out of the whole equation. We cannot do that.
No,
The officiating against us this season has
at
been
one
horrible.
point you cannot throw it away because we are not going to say, yeah. Because we are not going to say, okay, one particular moment was this particular thing. Maybe as people are complaining now, we are now on top. Then there's a game where something doesn't happen, but you see that the referee is looking for a way to just antagonize us. See that day against Brighton. This, how many fouls do Brighton have to do for them to get cards?
The yellow
because
card,
if they know that they are on card, they wouldn't be making those tackles.
Exactly.
But you intentionally withdrew from giving them those cards. Then you now want me to now come and say I trust or have faith in your I don't, because at one point we are getting to the instance where we will soon sue the EPL.
We should. I think the administrative part of us now have to start looking at it serious. And if it continues, walk out of one of these games. Now, I support that. Walk out one of these games. Walk out. Because we cannot continue to do the big boy thing. And it's actually hurting us.
Continuously, every single time.
Yeah. You can't do that. So let's talk about today's game.
Look at when Gary O'Neill was talking about the Wolves one.
Now, we'll come back to the other one. Let's talk about today's game. Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League. So we are playing Shakhtar Donetsk in Champions League today. What are your expectations? What are you thinking? Do you think it will go with the similar lineup we had at the weekend to redeem themselves, or you think it will make a few changes and tweaks to the team?
Well, I expect the change. I do think he will go with Martinelli being
starting.
Start.
Okay.
Maybe he can start with Sterling on that right again. Then maybe Trossard plays 10.
Let me show you something. Let me show you something before you continue. These are the comments I got on the video I did with Dayo, right? So Jeffrey, who is not here at the moment, hopefully he sees this. I agree with Dayo. A lot of players had a bad day. Of course, some fans will try and make this loss about Sterling because they have agenda and biases. Because I was against Sterling, so which is fair. Now that we can't skip Ghost Harvest anymore, Sterling is the obvious choice and is the target. Mr. Jeffrey, I hope you are having a nice day, and I hope you have your meal. Like, see, you know how I defend Arsenal players with everything I got, permanent players or loan players, right? See, as a fan, you can defend your team. I can see objectively criticize your players. See, I don't know what you're watching, right? I was one of the few guys that defended Kai Havertz. Even you, Jeff, did not give Kai Havertz a chance until later. So
he wanted to keep you through the screen.
Exactly. So it's not like me. I'm telling you that Raheem Sterling. Are you not watching Raheem Sterling for crying out loud? I'm not saying he's not quick. Raheem Sterling is just he's making more horrible decisions than
I don't know. My problem with Sterling is that I don't know. He just something. He's not having. It's not when I see people when are complaining about Martinelli. When I see Martinelli, I know that there's still something to come. I see Saka. There's still something. I don't know what it is about Sterling. Is he maybe because I don't know where his mind is? Maybe he's trying. I just don't know. Because that day, people could say he was running at those guys, but there were moments where he could have made better decisions to pass the ball to someone else.
And consistently, he was making horrific decisions and choices. I want to and this is not his first game. Because, like all the games he has been playing,
he lost the ball.
So I don't have any agenda against Raheem
You
Sterling.
know,
So
Ben White overlap.
exactly, he won't give him the ball. He won't. Shout out to you this spring. Hello, shout out to you. Good morning and good morning to you. So don't gaslight me with this comment. You are not going to gaslight me. I'm telling you, Raheem Sterling is not good enough objectively. Like let's call it for what it is. I don't have any agenda against any Arsenal player. I would never. But Raheem Sterling, I'm sorry, he's not that guy.
No, some
He's not
people
just
are
by
saying he was the only player that was trying to make it happen. Why did they take him off? And all this one. Who would
they
they
are
have
buying,
taken off?
those guys are buying speed. They are buying the speed. See, I don't fall for speed. This is not athletics. This is not 100 meters dash. This is football. They are falling for, just because you can run. Okay, is it faster than Modric? Should you go and bring Modric? Is it faster than Modric? Let's be sensible. He is not. Raheem Sterling is not doing the business. He looks lost. He's selfish. He's individualistic. He wants to score at all, but even though there's a better chance and a better player at a better position,
that's
he's
my
not
problem.
passing. Yeah, don't tell me I have an agenda against Raheem Sterling. He's just not good enough. You could change my mind by putting on better performances. Then I could change my mind based on new information. But right now, no, he's not good enough. He's not good enough. Even though at Chelsea, guess what? At Man City, I was say, okay, scores good. I never rated Raheem Sterling. He's just an improved Walcott. It's just an improved Walcott, in my personal opinion. So continue, Mr. Foster. Sorry.
It's no issue.
Yeah.
Against Shakhtar.
Yeah.
For me, like I said, he play midfield. I would love to see Partey and Merino because I think they are the most fluid we have, and they win the ball very well. So I'd love to see that fluid midfield because the two of them together, ability to pass it around, ability to pick those passes, and in this game will be at home. So even if he will play one area, he could decide, okay, second half, 60 minutes, get your things ready, and he could still decide to play him in this game because no shade against Shakhtar Donetsk, but they are not. They're not a bad team, but they are not. It's a game we should be winning. You understand?
Exactly.
So if Waneri plays in this kind of game, it's a game we should be winning, regardless. So
especially when playing at home,
he can do.
Yeah.
Yes. What we know he can do, as you said, especially when we are playing at home, with his ability, then because once he gets used to this kind of game, if Arteta starts him from the beginning, gives him 65, 70 minutes, he will be able to evaluate to know that, okay, fine, this guy can play against Liverpool. You understand? So if he plays against Liverpool, because one thing people don't get that can make Arteta play this guy ahead of Sterling even is, you have to look at one thing Arteta is very passionate about is getting back into position to win the ball.
Yeah.
People always say, why didn't we play a certain way? Arsenal is the best pressing team in the league. Klopp said it, Guardiola said it, Luton's manager said it, and even how many managers have said it, right? Even there was an expose the Athletic did on just clubs saying what they felt when they played Arsenal. Arsenal are the best pressing team in the league. For us to be the best pressing team in the league, you need a certain set of personnel.
Sure.
I'm sorry, no matter how much people want to come and say this guy, we cannot. You need a certain set of personnel that can do what the other person was doing. Because you know how Odegaard and Kai Havertz know how to press. They know how to trigger the press. Arteta doesn't need to tell them. They know how to. Those are things that not many players can do.
Sure.
Someone like Sterling now grab ground at the chop. But Arteta is not looking at.
God bless you.
Arteta is looking at.
That is what Arsenal fans. Yeah, you are falling for ground speed. No, look at what they say. Even off the ball, Sterling just gets under my nerves. He doesn't.
Off the ball. Let's not even go there.
It's horrible. It's horrible. But you're telling me I have an agenda against Sterling.
You know how many times Sterling lost the ball that Ben White had to start tracking back?
Yeah.
Sterling never won the ball from Semenyo.
You see?
Saka is not as fast as Sterling, but
But
Saka
he does the
will
defensive
win the
duty.
ball from Semenyo.
Exactly.
How Saka goes on up and down the pitch and is not as fast as Sterling, I will never know or
Understand it.
But he just does it.
You can understand. And I understand why Arteta never wanted Pepe.
Martinelli,
Even though Pepe is more skillful than Saka.
Saka. Because defensively, you're lazy.
Exactly. So let me these two chats real quick. We'll talk about them briefly and we'll move on. Arsenal's season never starts until we face a big setback. Last season it was Fulham / West Ham around Christmas. Goal is coming early. We can definitely correct it. Definitely, I agree. We can correct it. It's not a huge setback. We can correct it. 30 more games to go. I'm disappointed, but I am not flustered. They're two different things. So I'm not going to overly react like some people are overly reacting because it brings engagement. Yeah.
You said anything that doesn't have Saka, Martinelli, and Odegaard starting will feel it.
Yeah, definitely they'll feel it. Those are three huge players for us. Those are three. It's like saying we take away Haaland, De Bruyne, and Rodri from Man City. They're going to feel it. Let's just talk about that they have bigger score. No, they're going to feel it. Those are three key players for them. So let's not be silly. Arsenal can regroup. Arsenal can still with the Premier League and Champions. Then we can still. But we have to make sure we cut out silly mistakes and understand we are playing against the referees too. So it is what it is. So for tonight's game, what are your predictions? The starting lineup and the potential score line. What are you predicting? Sorry.
The lineup. I'm predicting something along the lines of 4-0. 5-0.
That's coming from the result we had at the weekend. That was bold. 5-0 against Shakhtar Donetsk.
Bro, that is key. We are playing with some pain. I'm telling you, there are people that will if you see, there's a difference. How will I describe it? If you're driving Rolls Royce, and Toyota. There are some moments where if you enter Porto for Rolls Royce, you won't even know, you won't feel it. You understand? That is how it is if Merino and Partey play with maybe Nwaneri and Saka and Martinelli and Havertz. That time, you will see what they are calling football. Because by the time we keep squeezing and suffocating, so that time you just see these guys. And
where is Wisdom?
Not as strong as before.
Where is Mr. Wisdom, who told me was so sure that it would be Merino and Rice? Did you ask? Shout out to the guys that are right here, guys. I want you guys tell us. Did you enjoy Rice's performance at the weekend? Maybe I'm tripping. It's high time Arsenal fans tell themselves the truth. Rice is one of the biggest waste of money Arsenal acquisition we've ever had. I'm going to say the truth. I'm not saying throw him away, but wherever you're expecting him to be a fantastic six, he's not. He's a West Ham level player. Unfortunately, he's too bland. He does not have the technique. He wasn't even showing up for passes against Bournemouth. You saw that they were pressing Partey. Make your fucking self available. He did not. This is a 100 million plus midfielder. Bang, average. Fucking average. Let's call it. I'm an Arsenal fan. I love our players. But I'm going to tell the fucking truth. Rice is bang, average. This is what it is. Like we saw it against Porto last season. Porto and Bayern. Where was Rice? Always hiding. You make one stride in a game. They'll start hailing him. Make get the F out of my face. He's not. It's typical of English players. You overrate them, you overgas them, and you overly pay for them.
What are they calling this guy? Turkish was saying Rice is on it.
Really? Really? You are taking Turkish seriously. You are taking Turkish seriously. Like, what was Rice at the fucking weekend? Look at some of our biggest key games. Where is Rice? He's nowhere to be found. But somehow these guys were pushing an agenda. especially on AFTV, especially the English press. They will tell you what Rice is doing. What is he doing? I've been seeing Charles Watts lying to these memo idiotic fans that, oh, Rice is fun. Rice is not. Say, if Rice wasn't English, right? You even make it
Yeah,
into the
they'll leave
Ireland
me
team.
to.
Like, he's what?
Of
Okay,
course.
what can Rice do apart from now? He can defend well. Apart from that, when you give him the ball to be creative, people are telling me he has assist because
Yeah,
it's
that is
going on corner assist. We're not
bro.
counting
No,
corner
no, bro.
assist.
See, corner assist. This weekend that we needed corner.
Where was he?
This weekend that we needed corner. Where
What did
delivery
he?
day?
Mm.
No be am dey take our corner. Where delivery day? You know, see, I was not. This is
Yeah.
what Arteta used to say. This is why I used to see why Arteta used to take corner seriously. In case the game is going anyhow, Saka, you know what to do. Technique now overload. Just put it there. Once we
This
score,
spring, this
see,
spring, this spring. I like you. Shout out to you, but I'm not agreeing with you. Even last season, he did not play fantastic. We are overgassing his availability to be playing fantastic because he was there when Partey wasn't there. He did not. He wasn't fantastic. He was just average. He's an average player that
like when you look
Arsenal
at how
fans.
he played
Yeah, he has proven to be one of the best
in
six.
comparison to Partey.
See, let's not lie to ourselves.
No, it's not wrong now. I mean, he said one of the best. He did not say the best. You understand? It's not one of
But
the best.
he now has with zero creativity. Partey and Merino can work with zero creativity. Partey and Merino are best option. See, as a fan, tell yourself the truth. See, if today, like some of you were clamoring for us to sell Partey at summer, if you sold Partey, you will you will regret it. You think Rice can do what Partey does? This actually think that Rice can do what Partey does for that team. We saw throughout last season. You go and watch the clips of last season, right? When Rice has the ball, who does he pass it to?
Saka. Everybody they know.
Someone's knocking on my door. Wait. Someone's knocking on my door. I'll come back. Continue the stream. Someone's knocking on my door.
No problem. It's not that Rice, right? When he gives those passes, it's not that Rice can mask the pass. That's my problem. Partey, even if he wants to give it to Saka, he will he can just decide, okay, let me just fake it a little bit. Then you get drawn. Once you get drawn in, you now see the space that Saka is making and actually move. But Rice, then especially the game that, my opinion, not just my opinion, obviously, the game that actually proved this theory was the game we lost to Fulham away. If you see how this guy, Rice, just got the ball, was just sending it there. Like, how? You just said everybody will know. Everybody will know that they are giving the ball there. Even the goal we considered against Leicester, especially the second goal, it was only the second goal we considered against Leicester. Check where Rice was. Twice in those moments, Rice had made like runs where he wasn't available. You understand? So if you have a run that you're not available, or if you have your position and you're not there, Partey was with Timber trying to mark someone. I thought Rice would be central, but he wasn't available. So I just couldn't I don't understand. Like with Rice, me, I like Rice. You understand? I like Rice, but what are they calling? When you look at what do they call it? When you look at compare, you cannot compare Rice this spring with Alex Song.
Let me answer this question. Let me answer this question. He said that there's a reason why the team spent 100 million plus on him. Should I remind you some other players that team that's Joao Felix? How much did Atletico Madrid spend on him?
You're saying Joao Felix. You are our guy with the
how much? How much did the Atletico Madrid spend on him?
120 or so.
How many loans has he gone on?
The amount of loans he has gone up.
So okay, that's
See, I
one.
cannot even keep
Uh,
up.
okay, let's do that one aside. Enzo Fernandez. How much did Chelsea spend on Enzo Fernandez?
World Cup winner.
How much did they spend on him?
Say no be 105.
Okay, how much did Manchester United spend on Anthony? So, do you know what I'm saying? That spending a huge ransom on a player doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything because this market is
Sorry for
extremely
that.
inflated, right? The market is extremely inflated. So when you think because you spend so amount of money, that's equal success. Are you not watching Declan Rice for crying out loud this spring? Are you not watching Declan Rice? He said I have buyers for Partey. Okay, let's say I have buyers for Partey, but look at the quality of performance of Partey. If Partey was not injured in the last 2 seasons, we have won the league.
No, see, no. Let me tell you, the time I knew that Partey, Partey is Kashmir.
Yeah,
That's Partey. When you knew that Partey was super quality, check that season, the first time we competed for the league.
Yeah,
Partey made our play so easy. Easy.
Like this spring.
That is why ARTETA brought in Merino.
Exactly.
ARTETA brought in Merino because if you can play that Partey and what are they called, Merino and Odegaard, the way Partey, Xhaka and Odegaard played.
Don't think about Declan Rice.
We watch football. Sometimes we go watch ball before you know when tears will just come out from your eye like this.
I'm telling you, you are telling me about Declan Rice, who we know.
Now that doesn't mean we are saying that. Oh,
you see, unless you are taking out of context, I am saying.
And one thing people don't get it. Declan Rice.
Yeah.
No,
finish.
Continue. You're saying something.
See, Declan Rice. I'm not saying Declan Rice is a bomb. I am saying some of are hyping him. He is not world class. He's an average player at best, and I stand on that. He is not world class. He will not be world class. And we have seen performances from him for second season, right? Like he is not that guy. Stop overhyping him because an Arsenal player, because you must work because we bought him for £100 million plus. We made a mistake. He is not that. Say, I will take Lemina of Wolves ahead of Declan Rice. Don't you watch midfield players how they move the ball, how they turn, how they are press resistant? Declan Rice is not press resistant. He cannot move the ball. He cannot pick quality passes. All he can do, he can just stride on one run. Once in a while in a game, you say, "Oh, Declan, Dekunle." This is Dekunle Rice. Dekunle Rice.
You know the one that used to make me laugh.
Yeah.
With Rice, sometimes the timing of passing is the difference between him and Partey. You see when Partey, even if the space is small, you will find it. Right, sometimes he will just be deleted, and you give them time to
regroup. To regroup, you give them time to regroup.
So that is what you want. Yeah, see that game against PSG.
Yeah,
you saw Partey. That is why ARTETA bought Partey. See against Tottenham, you saw the way. Like it's the maturity to know that okay, you know when they say the brain is the most important thing.
It is not the running.
Those games prove why the brain is more important.
Yeah. Why do you think?
We are not saying the athleticism is very good. That's not us.
Definitely.
The fitness, but the brain, see, is what takes you to that next level. Look at Rodri. It's not about Rodri making tackles.
Okay, let me ask you another question. Thank God you brought Rodri, right?
What Raya does for us.
Who is faster? Who is faster, Rodri Rice?
Rice is faster than Rodri.
So who is the better player?
Rodri.
So I don't know why Arsenal fans can't for once, right? Be objective and say the truth.
Bro, they are glazing. You cannot see when you are talking DM. Rice is not better than Alex Song.
He's not. He's not.
For us. Rice no better pass Diaby.
No,
Guy,
I will
that
throw
is
in,
night and day.
I will throw in something that you might find controversial. Rice is not better than Danielson.
Yes, it's not better than the Nielsen now. It's not see, it's not better than the Nielsen. Then we know this is not better than the Nielsen.
Just because somebody is bought for £100 million doesn't make them
He was
solid
not.
players. It's not. It's not. Let's stop glazing our players
That's why
blindly.
they used to talk about that. It's not better than the Nielsen. We can see the Nielsen along the way, but we saw when the Nielsen was the Nielsen.
Exactly.
We saw performances. It's too what I call it, too bland.
Yeah, it's so bland. So I say, and that's my problem with the day spring. I'm not saying throw him away. I'm just saying just limit your expression from Rice. He's too bland. He's not that guy that will take us next level. See, we have to start looking for another DM.
Sometimes with Rice.
We have to, because if Partey eventually leaves the team and you're hoping that Rice will do that DM work, you'll be frustrated. You will be frustrated because you don't see it right now until Partey goes. Right? You want to let's see. Look at last season, right? When Rice was playing those games, look at those games that went like 6 games beating teams 4-5-6-0, right? Who was our DM then?
No, I think it was still Rice when we started.
No, it was Partey. It was Partey that came in.
Them, all those.
No, Partey came in at the end. That one started.
Partey didn't. Yeah, I mean, the second half of the season, we didn't. It was Rice. Partey came in from that Wolves game. You understand?
Okay.
From that Wolves game, Partey, what did they call it? Came in, and that was when we had just lost against Wolves. You understand? Yeah. Then we saw how Partey was. You could see the performance because we were on another level when Partey came. You remember the chance that we had that we gave to Trossard that he didn't pass against Manchester City? Who created that chance? It was Partey. Yeah. When Partey did that, he waited. You saw the guy in space.
Nice. He said, I hold Partey responsible for second goal against City. How is that second goal against City Partey's fault? How is
it? The one against Brighton, I can admit that one. Yes, I hold Partey responsible because he stopped on the way down to track. But against City, I'm not holding anybody responsible.
Nobody responsible. That
will just happen.
Now, if you want to start scrutinizing that, right, I can go and get you evidence. If you want to start scrutinizing games, right, I can go and get you evidence to hold Rice responsible. So if you want to do this nick picking, if you want to do this, right, I can go and look at games and I'll bring you evidence of when Rice have been culpable.
The Bayern Munich game, the second goal that we
conceded,
the first goal that we conceded, Rice ran out of position. Now I'm not saying that it wasn't Kiwi or that they skinned, yes, but they were running at you.
Yeah.
Rice ran out of position. When he ran out of position, the pass in between him. And simple, that's why they scored. So I understand what he's saying and this thing.
I understand what he's saying. So I have no problem with this spring, right? Supporting a player he wants, fine. But my problem is that, right, when in the next few years, they are not getting the same kind of performance from Masters midfield because Rice is there, they will not start blaming other players. Not forget that you can see the culprit right now front. Yeah. You can see the culprit right now front. That this guy is not elite. He's not elite. He's not elite.
So I see Merino this weekend. Merino. I said, I mean, not be the same game I watched. Merino was basically the only
Ige is here in the building. Shout out to you, Ige. I'll bring up your I would like to shave your head in your front, not at your back. Okay. So shout out to you, Ige. What do you mean by I'm pushing an agenda against Raheem Sterling? Since you are here, Ige. What do you mean? So I can't objectively criticize a player who is playing poorly for Arsenal. Mr. Ige, I would like to get your response because you said I agree with Dio. A lot of players had a bad day. Of course, some fans will try and make this loss about Sterling. I didn't make the loss about Sterling alone. I'm just calling out the fact that he had a very, very poor game. For me, he was the poorest player on the pitch. So that's why I understood the fact that Arteta decided to take him out and bring in a defender. Because not say because we have agendas and biases. You know, I don't have any agenda and biases towards our players. I was one of the only few persons that supported and said Kai Havertz was a good player when the whole fan base, almost the whole fan base, didn't like Kai Havertz. So why would I turn around and have an agenda against my own player just because I'm criticizing them objectively? Sterling is an obvious and easy target, sadly enough. I disagree with you, Mr. Ige. I wholesomely disagree with those sentiments. I think those sentiments are very, very poor and are not constructed right. I stand corrected. I stand corrected, Mr. Ige. I pointed out these things because I think you need to temper it small. Partey has his faults. I agree. Partey has his faults too. I have great expectation for Partey, but he's not always been. See, this spring, Partey doesn't have the greatest asset in football, which is availability, right? I agree with you 100%. I'm just telling you that even though Rice has availability, he's not of the ilk that will take us to this next level and maintain it. Are you not watching the same videos you're watching? Against Bournemouth on Saturday, he wasn't showing up. Where was Rice? That's my question. I'm saying that Rice is a decent player. He's not a world-class player. He will never be. We are putting expectations that will be disappointed on Rice. He is not that player. The earlier we see it, the better. Just like Calvin Phillips. When he went to Man City, they found out he's not the player they were thinking he would be. These things happen.
Average Joe.
Yeah. Look at Nunes. He went to Man City. Nunes went to Man City from Wolves. But you have seen that he's not the player you think he was expecting to be, right? He's not playing him. So even the best managers, Alex Ferguson bought Jemba, a bomb. I'm better than Jemba. The best managers can buy bad players. It happens.
You say, what about Bebe?
He bought Bebe. Bought Bebe. Arsenal bought Sinogo. Arsenal bought Sinogo. Guy. So, come on.
We start listing some of the players.
Exactly. Horrible signings. Horrific signings. Dogs. What happens? It happens the best of them. See, we as Arsenal fans, we want to succeed. We want our players to succeed. We want Declan Rice to succeed. At the same time, you can watch him and say, we made a bad call. You can admit that we made a bad call on him.
See, there are some things that he doesn't do that you don't accept. Say, well, say, injury be with a caller. Injury be this. Now, small you say better pass for Kela.
Now, say, what the major difference between Ward-Prowse and Declan Rice? Let's be honest. What's the difference? Because because the player is wearing Arsenal jersey, is now a fantastic player. Is that the yardstick we're not running with? Because we don't want to be thrown.
He don't already make name. He don't make name, make wave. He have made name. He have made name before this thing. And what he was doing, he was consistent at it for how many years? So
at West Ham. At West fucking Ham. Can we agree that? Yeah.
Your brother was Prowse. He was how many years? Now after 2 years, he don't finish.
He don't finish. The best I can do for Declan Rice. But you know what you can do with Declan Rice? You can make him a centre half. I think he will be a fantastic centre half. He will.
He was a centre half before they moved into me.
Yeah, for me, see some of us going to go and buy another centre half, right? We'll just convert Declan Rice to a centre half. But as a DM, I'm done. As a midfielder, no, we're still saying maybe there's a chance. See, I have a better chance for playing for Arsenal reserve than Declan Rice becoming a fantastic midfielder.
But they'll tell you he's a fantastic midfielder already.
He's not. His agenda. See, let me remind you something. Last year, when our brother Jude Bellingham was scoring every game. What are we hearing? Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or. How many goals are this scored this season? He has turned to Jude Bellingham to.
Say highlight can't change from this one. From this is celebration. They can't show us when they also to get with the color.
I agree with that. That's
ball in the also for because you cannot tell me.
See, Ige, you are just blabbing. You say this. You are doing. I need to be right. You're acting like a woman. I need to be right. No. Objectively, Raheem Sterling. Okay. I can place a bet right there. Arsenal will not renew that loan. That loan, when it's done, they're like,
no, it ain't happening.
It ain't happening. It's not happening.
There are some things you are not see. We are not doing what we're not doing Johnny Man FC.
Nah,
or that
hell no.
Retirement home.
Exactly.
We're not doing
Raheem Sterling is not that player.
Continue, you can you can say Jorginho, he doesn't have pace, but we still know he can do something.
Sure.
What are you going to tell about? Who are we going to talk about?
See, you say that's my opinion, which is fair. But let me tell you something, right? I can't come out on this stream and tell you the sky is red and say it's my opinion. You know it's not correct. Can I agree on that? So even you want to hide under is your opinion, we know opinions that are soaked, that are in sync with reality and objectivity, and we know opinion that is done in bad faith. I'm not saying you're doing something in bad faith. I don't think you just want to need to be. We all consider him Sterling. Arsenal is not going to renew. They're not going to keep him. He is not good enough. It's not just by running.
Yeah, no, like that game, Seth. I could even say your brother. I go trust was atrocious.
Very atrocious. Remember, I made the video. Remember, I made the video when I said I don't understand when Arsenal fans are shouting Trossard. So Trossard is not a good starter. He's an impact player at best.
Yeah,
we know that now. Can he play one or two games? 10.
That 10.
Yeah,
I think that place is his better position. Because he has been when he was given that free roam.
Yeah,
he pops up in different places. Maybe because that is the position I see him playing. That he's what I call is diminutive. He has he has ability to roam, so he can come from here, do anything. So.
Do you remember last year's preseason when Trossard played 8? Remember last year, right? Was it against Fulham? Against certain teams, right? Trossard was given a start and he didn't play well. Trossard is that player for me, right? For Arsenal, he's an impact sub who can do a job when other players are not doing their job, right? And if you start Trossard, he's not going to give you great performances in 10 games. Maybe at most 2 games in 10 games to give great performance. But that's who he is. And Trossard for me, under the right pressure defensively, can make a horrible pass like he did against Bournemouth for Saliba's red card. That's what Trossard is. Now, does that mean he's a bad player? But we play him to his strength. But unfortunately, we have some injuries right now. We just have to rejig the whole thing. Now, let me respond to this spring. We had no need for Rice if Partey was good enough for the team. Okay, I saw you're doing that. The Rice came from West Ham doesn't mean he cannot step up and fulfill big team. I give you an example. Just because Calvin Phillips was playing for Leeds doesn't mean he can't step up at Man City. Did he step up at Man City? Not every player can move from a small team and step out a big team. It's not for every player. I'm saying, and we are seeing it and we are denying it right now that I'm sorry, Declan Rice is not that player that will take us to Dorado. He's not.
Bro, they are not getting what you say. You did not say Declan Rice is a horrible, atrocious. No, for 100 million, you expect more. Number one. And number two, you are hoisting him to say what he's doing and all that. See, we know he has the fitness. We know he can sniff
availability.
We know he's a yes. But what we are looking at is the reason Arsenal is because of how we play with the ball at feet.
Ball. Exactly.
That is what makes us who we are. So there are things that when you see Rice try to do it, it doesn't look natural
Natural.
to him,
It don't look
especially
natural.
for how we play.
Yeah.
When you see Partey, when you see Partey, nobody's saying
Easy.
Partey being good enough. When we are saying good enough, we have to be. Sometimes we can be unfair with the good enough. Partey has always been amazing. You
Yeah.
understand? If not the best. But what makes it feel as if Partey is not the best is the injury record.
Record exactly.
That is what it is. The only thing that makes referee and Partey not the best DM
It's
is
injury
what is
record. Yeah.
injuries.
Yeah. So I'm not
So,
going
but we've
to.
seen for how many games the recovery. So I know people can feel, oh, okay, maybe the way you said is that Rice. No, I'm not saying Rice is a horrible player. No, he's not a bad player. But when you see us attacking those, phases of play, one thought,
Say,
this one,
we've played 8 games.
you,
Chill. I'm
you know
chilled.
who
I'm
we are.
just calling out. I'm chilled. I'm just calling out obvious things that people are refusing to identify it.
Jeffrey telling you to chill.
Exactly. Telling me to chill.
We are winning the league. We are winning the league. I remember last season.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. Yeah, Jeffrey is telling me to chill. Shout out to you, Jeffrey, man. Shout out to you. So because he coached him before, that doesn't mean. So we should go. We should do like Ten Hag. We should go and buy every player that our manager has coached before. Jeffrey, Jeffrey, have you had breakfast? Jeffrey, come on, man. Nah. I'm just saying. Definitely, we will not buy him from Chelsea. We're not going to buy him. He's not good enough. You can see why Maresca did not even rate him. This is why Maresca said, "You are not the player for me." He's too individualistic. I'm not saying he doesn't have some skills, but that individualistic and selfish nature that affects the whole team, I don't want that in my team.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That is, see that there were moments when he could have combined with Kai. That Kai was really, the way he and Saka used to show, but he was not seeing it, was not getting any joy.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting any joy from it. So at one point, Kai just had to do his thing.
So Jeffrey, come on, let's not do that. So guys, if Mr. Fusa is available after the match later in the day, I'll come and do the match reaction. Sorry, what am I doing? I'll come and do the match reaction against Shakhtar Donetsk. Hopefully, we have a win. Hopefully, because we have to find a way to bounce back from that awful result at the weekend. Hopefully, have a win. So expect me to come and do a match reaction. I'll do a live match reaction. It won't be recorded. I'll be here. So it's what it is. So let's keep supporting our team. We are not fear mongering here. We're just, even though we love our team, I love ARTETA. I'm sure all of you love ARTETA. But we can objectively look at certain things and say, you can do this better. We love our player. I still love Rice. But I'm still saying he's not the guy to take us forward. I'm not saying sell him. Like I said, you can convert him to a center half. I think Rice will be a brilliant center half. He will. Yeah. But for our level as a midfielder, I'm sorry. No, is there so Saka can get some rest sometimes. Yeah, I understand, but he should be doing better. He's not doing well. Like Jeffrey, are we watching the same games?
Me, my own. The reason why I just, even when I complained that day, I didn't overthink it is.
Exactly.
I don't know how inconsequent games he will play. You understand? So, like we said, even you said it that day, that even if Sterling was doing his funny this thing, you said if we had maybe a Waneri play near him,
we'll make him better.
Helped him.
You helped him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not making any what do they call it, conclusions. So I'm just waiting to see.
The kind of conclusion I'm making, right? My conclusion is that, right? I don't care if Sterling ends up scoring 15 goals. I don't say want him.
Yeah.
I don't say want him. I'll tell you why. The way he plays is not for how it's not very productive for our team. He's a selfish, individualistic player. It is what it is. Yeah. So That's just it. So, guys, thank you for joining us. Jeffrey, shout out to you. Dave Spring, shout out to you. We again. Let me check. And Footsie Noel, shout out to you. Shout out guys for making this interactive enough, even though you guys disagree with us, which is fair. It's all love. This is not a place where we suck each other's Johnson and Johnson. Pause. No homo. But we are allowed to disagree objectively on certain things, and if you agree, which is fair. So, it's like for your last words.
Hope for a win, or if not, my God in heaven.
So what
this
you
thing,
you are still holding on?
They're going to protect your brother.
I'm telling you, you are still holding on to your predictions for 5-0 against Shakhtar Donetsk today.
4-0, 5-0. That's called. See, Shakhtar Donetsk, right? Since this their war, they always had these Brazilian imports.
Yeah.
So they are not there that much anymore.
Yeah.
I'm holding on to my prediction.
So even look at the deal with Chelsea. They are paying. It's not about the wages. I don't care about the wages sometimes. Let's talk about what they are doing on the pitch. Why are you pivoting? Ige is pivoting too much. Let's talk about what he's doing. I don't care about his wages. Leave the wages alone. On the pitch, is he giving us the results we want? No, at the moment. Like
that's what I said. I don't mean the reason why I didn't even overthink it. That day, people are saying Arteta used him as a scapegoat. He wasn't a scapegoat.
He wasn't a scapegoat.
You understand? He won't touch the midfield, or what do they call it, or the defense.
So, by that logic,
nobody did there.
Let me answer that question. By that logic, if Arteta used as a scapegoat, so when he took a Saka in the second half against City, you use Saka as a scapegoat?
I guess not.
Yeah, that's Man City. Like
that's what when people are using scapegoat, and why did Arteta take him off? It's just like you're saying, why did he?
They should have kept Nelson instead.
See, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
If Nelson was replicating his training,
would have kept him. Yeah,
would have kept him.
Would have kept him.
If Nelson was replicating that training, because we know how that guy he trains. If he can do his training on that pitch,
the pitch should have kept him.
That one, if Martinelli is not available, Saka is not, won't shake.
See, do you know the funny thing, right? See, if that was Nelson putting up that kind of stinker, Arsenal fans will be open to criticizing him aggressively because he's Raheem Sterling on loan from Chelsea. He gets all the grace. That's what Ige is doing. Because if it was Nelson that put up this kind of performance that I'm criticizing, you have any problem with it. Mm-hmm. But because it's Raheem Sterling, that's why you have a problem with it. So it's about the name, the clout and the fame, not the performance on the day. I am talking about performance on the day, not the name at the back of the shirt. Those are two different things. But shout out to you. So if that's your opinion, I have to respect it, even though I don't agree with it, but I respect it. So guys, if you're watching this on the playback, please do me that kind of favor. Please like the video, very important. Subscribe if you're new here, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. So I'll be back after the game against Shakhtar Donetsk. Hopefully we win that one, so we don't allow these fearmongers and these people who are overly stretching it, calling for Arteta to be sacked.
Fearmongers, I don't understand. Right? I don't understand fearmonger because the one with they pray, but not what are they calling it? The negative side also.
That's how they're doing now. Yeah.
So for England, NSH now medical this thing. They call the turn up to negative side also.
It's true. So guys, thank you for joining us. We'll be leaving by now. I'll be back after the match. Hopefully we get a fantastic victory so that we can continue and pull back our season back on the rails and try to win. It's still 8 games. Like I agree with what Iggy said. It's 8 games, 30 more games to go. There is no need to overly be pessimistic, but you can criticize games based on the merit of that individual game on its own. You can do that. Well, there's no need. So I'll go back and listen to your previous show when we signed Raheem Sterling. I need to know what you said about him. Okay, go and listen to him. Listen to those shows. And make sure you don't take it out of context, because I know people like you. They want to take you out of context. Because I remember when I said, yeah, I know, you know, these people are very, very smart. I remember I said, I don't like the signing, but for what he can do, play on both wings, I understand the signing. And it could work.
Yeah.
So, but when I'm saying that it could work, but he's not doing what he should be doing, I can still criticize him, even though I say I understand the signing. I remember I said I understand the signing, but at the same time, if you begin to act a fool like this, what can I do? So, so exactly. So you heard what I said. So why say you go and watch it? So you can say he wants to set trap for me. He wants to set trap. Oh Lord. Okay, it's like we'll see after the match. We'll be here after the match to continue. Yeah, Ige, send me your email.
Yeah.
I'll send you the link to come for the reaction post match reaction. I want you to come here. Let's have a one-on-one, man-to-man conversation. Are you down, Mr. Ige? Can you answer now? This is like so I can send you the email. Answer the question. Don't change. Are you down to come on the stream later in the day? Let me know so I can set it up. Mr. Ige, is you I'm waiting for?
He's playing political.
I'm waiting on you, Mr. Ige. Come and express yourself here. Nobody is going to hold you hostage. You'll be in your house. I'll be in my house. I'm waiting on you. It's not going to answer the question. What can you guys say about the team energy? But let's ask a question from this Springs before I forget. The team energy was not right. I think the combination was not right. That's why the energy was low. What do you think, Mr. Fosa?
Yeah, for me, people talk about it.
Yeah.
International break. See, let me tell you something, right? If you're on a high, and international break is a bitch. Then let's call it what it is. It's a bitch.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I remember when Madrid had an unbeaten run.
Yeah.
They were on fire. On fire. What happened? International break came. The day after, when they came up with that, they beat them the game after the international break. Even sometimes when you're eating food sometimes is rhythm.
It's rhythm, definitely.
Stop, maybe you're hungry. If you stop for a while, you don't be like, my belly come full.
Exactly.
To eat. So sometimes we forget. We always say, "Oh, and we're not good." Yes, we say it's not an excuse. Of course, we were the last match of the day, playing away, and we just came back from international break. It's always going to be like this. We've seen it too many times. Those guys now, well, not to say their players are bad. Many of their players didn't go on international break.
They didn't go exactly.
They had their rest.
Yeah.
Understand? So. And when they saw that Saka was not available, they now started having some.
No, Saka. As in, like one more time, I'm mentioning, we didn't start with Martinelli, Saka, and Odegaard. Now, it will affect anything. It will affect anything. It is what it is. So he refused to answer the question about coming on. So I understand. They say actions speak louder than words. So shout out to all of you. So guys, that'll be all for now. Keep supporting us. I'll be back after the match tonight to do the post-match report on the game. Hopefully we'll win. And I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.